Soil sustains life, vegetal and animal, human and communal. Yet today, it's often the land itself that needs sustaining by those who live on it. The Ardhi project connects communities in northern Tanzania and southern Italy, two territories facing the shared challenges of soil degradation. Ardhi means soil in Swahili. It also stands for Arts and Restoration for Dialogue on Human-Soil Interaction. Around Mount Meru in northern Tanzania, overgrazing, invasive plants, and climate change are eroding rangelands that sustain both pastoral livelihoods and wildlife. In Calabria's Versante Ionicosere internal area, decades of depopulations, land abandonment, and a lack of institutional attention have weakened the local land health. Steep slopes, recurrent fires, and invasive species accelerate erosion in the area, which overlaps with the Sere Natural Park. Villages are being abandoned, youth lack opportunities to stay and to create a living in their hometowns. The project merges science, arts, and participation to strengthen soil literacy, ecosystem resilience, and collective stewardship. In Tanzania, local challenges have begun to be addressed through creative community-based approaches that use art to create a dialogue on soil health and foster ecological restoration. Experiences led by Instituto Oikos and Oikos East Africa show that real changes begins when communities act not only as beneficiaries but as storytellers and stewards of their land. Since 2019, Instituto Oikos and Oikos East Africa have worked with Maasai communities to restore rangelands, proving that ecological action begins with dialogue and collective reflection on what soil means. To create awareness, they have relied on forum theatre, a participatory art form where audiences become actors. Recent performances in Maa language have explored human-wildlife coexistence, reaching thousands and inspiring collective reflection. The project will rely on this proven method, turning theater into a tool for awareness and mobilization on land degradation, invasive species, and soil restoration. From these performances, action grows. Rangeland guardians groups, men and women trained in restoration, remove invasive species, rebuild soil fertility, and protect their land. They harvest grass to sell during the dry season in order to support their families. Over 100 hectares have already been restored, and Ardhi will extend this work. Monitoring through rangeland health surveys and spatial data tracks improvements in biodiversity, soil structure, and water retention, while reinforcing women's leadership in land governance. While Tanzania has begun turning awareness into restoration, Calabria still seeks a path for community-led action. Through an ethnographic documentary narrating the Tanzanian experience, Ardhi will bring its emotional impact and concrete blueprint to Calabria, creating a bridge for learning across continents. With documentary screenings and interviews in the Sere Natural Park and the nearby villages, the project will test how artistic dialogue can rekindle care, strengthen intergenerational ties, and rebuild a sense of shared responsibility for the landscape.